All right, I think we're ready to go.
I'm assuming you've seen Zendaya the Ogre?
Yes, in passing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it.
Neither do I.
People are mad that it's transsexual.
Is it?
The movie in general, I think.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think they think it's woke.
Huh.
Didn't they just release a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Is she supposed to be trans?
I think what it is that she's played by not a white person, so people are mad about it.
Sure. I'm not mad about any of that reason.
Oh, I couldn't give a shit. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. Maybe I'm probably just being a full blown hater, but I don't know that I need Shrek to have a Zendaya daughter. Is all. Yeah. I saw the picture. I was like, this looks like Trolls 4.
Yeah, it does.
Where are the McElroy brothers?
Yes.
This is hashtag not my Shrek.
I would say I don't need Shrek to have.
I don't care though.
Have a Zendaya daughter.
It's not for me.
But also at the same time, yeah, I don't need Shrek to
I'm a
do.
30-year-old man. Yeah.
I don't need anything from Shrek,
no,
so he can do whatever he'd like. Yeah.
That is the end all be all. Is that yes? I'm a 30-year-old man who needs nothing from Shrek. Shrek has served me. Hopefully, it serves the next generation.
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah. Good luck with Zendaya daughter. I hope she's not a handful. If it's the Zendaya from Challengers, then he's in for a freaking. He's in for
a ride.
A ride.
I've still never. Can you believe I still never saw Sexy Tennis?
You don't need to. It's mediocre at best.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So it's not going to be on this list? Oh, it came out 2 years ago, didn't it? No, it came out earlier this year, didn't it?
I mean, basically, the whole deal... I mean, everybody that most people just say, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to watch something that's actually going to freaking get you, tickle your little...
Fancies.
Yeah, your little fancies. Watch Y Tu Mama Tambien. It's like
yeah. Oh, I know.
I know nothing about it. Don't spoil. But, yeah, this one's basically just like, two boys who are good at tennis, and they're, like, slightly homoerotic, because male friendships is what the movie says.
Mm-hmm.
They meet Zendaya, who's like also good at tennis, and that turns them on because she's hot and she's good at tennis. And then she lures them into the idea that they might have a three-way just to make them kiss. And then she dates the one boy. There's two boys. There's one boy who's like, I'm straight. Eating Soup Alone is a podcast hosted by me, Christopher Crumlin, and co-hosted by Nicholas Johnson. We try our best to ramble incoherently about a handful of movies at least once a week. So the movie kind of ends with them having like a super tense, like back and forth tennis match until they like slowly get closer and closer and closer and closer to the net. And they might even kiss again. I don't even know, but then it's over.
Well, you're right. I guess I don't need to see Challengers.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
And then the whole time, like, there's just like sexy, like robotic, like.
That's the part that I'm most intrigued by. Is the Trent Reznor of it all.
Yeah. Is it Trent Reznor?
It's Trent Reznor and Atticus.
That makes
Finch, or whatever his name is.
Never made more sense in my goddamn life. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. So tonight, I mean. Well, when you listen to this, last night is Oscars night, which means it's also Lillard's night.
It's the Lillard Awards 2025.
It's the Lillard Awards 2025. Kind of forgot about it till this morning, but I spent all this time with this paper writing down all the movies we watched and all the awards we usually give out just to find out that I actually did write down the awards we give out somewhere electronically, so that was a little bit of a waste of time, but whatever. Well, so then I'll just say this right now. I'm looking at this list of films we watched. And this makes sense, but if you cut out the Saws, the Chuckies, and the James Bonds. Wimpy.
Yeah, not a lot of movies.
Not a lot of movie to go around.
My letterboxed year in review, my top actor was Tobin Bell, and my top director was the guy who directed Saw 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, my top actor was the guy who directed a lot of the Saws. My top director was, and my top actor was the guy who played like Q or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
He must have been in a lot of old-timey shit you watched.
Yeah. So anyways, let's discuss this. So we have one more Saw to go, right?
No.
What?
We're not doing it. Yeah, there's one Saw we haven't watched.
Okay, yeah. And then James Bond-wise,
we got like 15 of those fuckers
good
left.
Good God.
Yeah.
So are we just abandoning that, or are we going to get back to the Bond eventually?
I'd like to.
Abandon?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I think people who listen to this show also wouldn't like us to.
That's fine.
Hey, if you're listening and you have one or both of our phone numbers, Text us right now. Be like, give up on James Bond or keep going with James
Yeah.
Bond. Okay.
Yeah. And then as far as what we do every Halloween, did we agree that like this year would be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? What did we agree on for this coming year?
I don't remember if we agreed on anything.
Yeah, we just left it up in the air.
I do Texas.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually, I feel like we're gonna run out of kind of like franchises, and we'll probably have to branch out into like themes.
What about Hellraiser?
Sure.
There's a lot of Hellraisers.
You ever seen Hellraiser?
No, I ain't seen none of them.
Let's do Hellraiser then.
Okay.
Can't believe you don't want to do Saw's Family.
We could do Sausage.
We could do Hellraiser.
We've watched 3 Texas Chainsaw Massacres for the show already.
This is true. But there's a couple in... You're right. So we can just do that one at our own leisure, you're saying?
Okay, sure.
We'll do the... Not in like a concise way that we usually do, but we'll spread it out. Like, we'll be like, oh, let's watch this next one.
How many Hellraisers are there? Do you know off the top of your head?
Like 8 almost, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Let me see.
I assume there'd be like 4?
No. No. At least I don't believe so. As a franchise, Hellraiser. Oh, I love the distributed by when you look at these fucking Entertainment Film Distributors, New World Pictures, Miramax Films, Dimension Extreme, Lionsgate Films, Disney Platinum Distribution, Paramount Pictures.
There's more than 4 distributors.
There is, and you can go ahead and keep count here. Hellraiser, Hellraiser 2, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, Hellraiser Bloodline, Hellraiser Inferno, Hellraiser Hellseeker, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Hellworld, Hellraiser Revelations, Hellraiser Judgment, and the Hellraiser reboot remakey thing that came out on Hulu in 2022 or whatever.
That's 11.
Great. So we're locked. Cool.
We're gonna split that into 4 weeks.
Great.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do it.
We'll be back.
That was the Limu Emu or whatever from...
Oh. Hate those commercials.
So do I.
Hate them. Too many.
Okay. So let's get frickin' crackin', huh?
Let's crack this fricker.
The first one is best host / best guest, but I think we've been solo all year.
I would say best host, you for remembering and doing all this. Best guest, second year in a row, running away with a Donald.
Yeah, I agree with you. We need to get him back on here. I'm trying to get him on here all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the
I
time.
want to get him on here for...
permanently.
Yeah, honestly. So I'm going to call him really quick for his acceptance speech.
Second year in a row.
Second year in a row. He's not going to answer.
Hello?
Hey, Donnie, you remember how this whole year you did not agree to be on my podcast?
Yeah.
Well, you still won Best Host in 2025. Give a little speech, why don't you?
What the hell?
Chop, 30 seconds.
Thanks, I'm glad that you couldn't have any other hosts, so I'm just the go-to, and I hope it continues to be that way next year, but I'll probably be a host. I'll be a host. I'm going to be on an episode. So, season 2, Rick and Morty. I'm going to be on more episodes. I'm going to watch movies. I watched Blade, but I never was on the podcast for it. Good movies.
What'd you think of Blade?
Another 30 seconds, Blade review.
Okay, second one way better than the first.
Whoa.
First kind of looked bad. Third, terrible, very forgettable, except for Ryan Reynolds.
How was Dracula in that one?
Dracula? Way too hot. Way too hot.
Okay, great. Leave it at that. So my next question is, do you have can you watch The Fog and Constantine tonight?
God damn it. Okay.
Because if you can, then be on the podcast tomorrow.
Oh, be on the podcast tomorrow?
Yeah.
And watch it tonight?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is this going on this podcast episode?
It is.
Oh my gosh. How could I even be best host if I can't make it tomorrow? Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
So this way you're actually eligible for the award next year. Okay, I got to get off the phone. I love you.
All right. Love you.
Bye.
Thanks.
I hung up on him. All right, great. So Donald, he's just racking them up.
Dude, he's lucky he wasn't on for Blade, because if he sat here and looked both of us in the eyes and said Blade 1 is worse than Blade 2, no way he would have won this award.
Next one is It's Not You, It's Me. What film did we watch last year that we're like, hey, I get it, but also for me personally, it's just really not freaking tickling my fancies, as you said earlier.
this is the category where we're like, hey, I was wrong about this movie, or
In a
like,
sense, it's kind of like for example, last year we gave it to
I remember first year we gave it to Halloween 3.
Yeah, and I think not 3, but the ends. The
Ends,
3 of
yes.
the yes. We were talking about like movies like like kind of crazy, stupid love, and like the fucking what was that one movie we watched? Like Sleepless in Seattle or something. We were just talking about how like we're like, yeah, we get like yes, but like
You Got Mail.
Yeah. So like it's not you, it's me.
I'm gonna say for me, 8 Mile. I went pretty hard on Eminem in that one.
You think so?
And he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Eminem had it tough, all right.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list, and I think I gotta agree, although I would perhaps... I can't remember what we said about Armageddon, but that seems like a contender. Where it's just like one of those things where like I probably...
I think I stand by my Armageddon thoughts.
I could see 8 Mile. I don't remember what I gave it, but I could definitely... I'll concede that like I was probably harsher on 8 Mile than what 8 Mile deserves. I don't necessarily think 8 Mile is a good movie, but I understand that it's not like the worst thing ever fucking made or something. So it's not you, it's me. Go ahead and write down 8 Mile then, I suppose, sir. With your little blue pen over there.
I don't remember. Do we have to agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we award the... I mean, we pose our nominations, and at the end we concede
okay.
I'll agree to 8 Mile. Next one is Best Actor. Best Actor throughout all that we watched. I can tell you right now, I don't think it's going to come from Saw, and I don't think it's going to come from James Bond. It could come from Brad Dourif as Chucky.
Ooh.
It could. But let me just look at this list a little bit. Brad Dourif also shows up in Exorcist III.
Yeah, you're right.
Whiplash, I will say J.K. Simmons kind of acts his little freaking fancies off.
I was going to bring up George C. Scott from Exorcist III.
Oh, is he the main guy who goes on those like great, beautiful like monologues?
Yes.
Yeah, and I like I like his little preacher friend who's like it all works out in the end and stuff. Yeah, that movie's great.
The guy with the scarf from American Movie.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
We got Nick Cage watching that monkey on TV in Ghost Rider.
It's pretty good. Okay. I've kind of given it a glance. Nick Cage and Moonstruck. Kind of given it a glance. Nick Cage and Wild at Heart. I don't know that it's a great performance, but it's a great performance, but it's not like a award-winning performance.
Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. Substance. Anyone in The Holdovers, really?
You know what? My personal nomination is going to be J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. Okay. Or Brad Dourif in Child's Plays, all of them, and also maybe Exorcist III. I am staunchly a supporter of Brad Dourif. I put him in my unsung hero categories of like just my personal favorite actors that I feel like don't get not a recognition, because I feel like there are some actors of mine that are favorite, like Jack Nicholson. That's a no-brainer though. Like he's gotten his flowers. He's good, But there are certain folks like Matthew Lillard or a Brad Dourif who I feel like have just not ever gotten their praise. My man's is in Blue Velvet. My man's is in The Lord of the Rings. My man's is in all these Chuckies. My man's was in The X-Files. My man's was in Exorcist III. I could keep going, but he's had a decent career. But I just feel like he's always had that Matthew Lillard thing for him. But anyways, continue.
Chris, I think we're gonna sing this hero.
We're gonna sing this hero?
Because I'm holding a list in my head with 7 good Brad Dourif movies on it, and so I think he gets it. Yeah.
List your 7.
Child's Play 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and Exorcist 3.
You're calling all the Chucky ones good?
Good Brad Dourif performances.
Oh, okay. So the best actor for the Lillards 2025 is Brad Dourif. Spell that last name, why don't you? Is it 2 R's or 2 F's, or is it both?
It's a PH.
Really?
Dourif. I have no idea.
Okay. So great. We've locked in our best host/guest. It's not you, it's me, our best actor. Up next, this is so horny, I hate it.
It's got to be The Substance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You talked about it more than I did on the episode, but it is just the juxtaposition. It's not only the juxtaposition, but it's like just at a certain point, the amount of just like jazzercise ass in your face. It's like, okay, well, it's no longer sexy, which I believe is the point. And hats off to Substance.
Hats off.
Real good film. I enjoyed that thing quite a bit. Would you like to introduce one?
Best looking movie.
Yeah.
Which
what do you
movie
think?
did you see and you went, ooh, that's a good looking movie?
Well, let's take a look at the list really quick. I will say,
Oh, damn, we watched Saw 1 in 2023.
I remember Exorcist 3 having some great shots, like that one in the hallway where the freaking that was beautiful. Let's see.
Honorable mention to Catch Me If You Can.
I'd like to add in another category eventually because I don't think it's here, like best action film we watched.
Sure.
'Cause I feel like we don't talk about that kind of a thing.
Write it down.
All right, we'll get to that eventually. I'm putting it on the back. Best action. Okay, so anyways, best looking movie. Hello, Restaurant, Hellman. Equilibrium, American movie, Late Assault, our photo magazine. Along the leaves. The only other thing I can think of is like Wild at Heart. Potentially, I like David Lynch's Eye. I like Laura Palmer showing up as Glenda the Good Witch at the end. You know, there's some nice looking stuff in there, but I feel like my pick might end up being whatever the first thing I said was, Exorcist III.
I like Long Legs. The way it looks might be its best quality.
You're right. I would concede to Long Legs personally.
All of Us Strangers was a good looking movie, I think.
Yeah, it had some nice transitions too. I might want to give it to All of Us Strangers actually.
Well, hear me out on this one.
Yeah.
Tron.
Yeah. In some regards, but in others, not so much.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that one's a bit of a mixed bag. There are certain things I love, but I think it's a mixed bag. I would go with All of Us Strangers because I think we can let Long Legs.
Long Legs will get something else, maybe.
Let's give Long Legs. Because what I'm thinking is, what year did All of Us Strangers come out in?
I don't know.
Let's find that out. Let's do a little detective work.
I was going to say The Matrix, but I know there's 2 other categories The Matrix for sure is going to win.
Okay. Damn it. All of Us Strangers came out too far long ago. Let's give it to All of Us Strangers because, I think Long Legs is going to win something else later. In my opinion.
That works for me.
All right. Best looking movie is Long Legs. I'm going to introduce the next one.
I thought it was All of Us Strangers because Long Legs is going to win something later.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. I am elsewhere. But I'm trying to lock in. All of Us Strangers. Hey. Great film. Did you cry?
I think I did, yeah.
Let's see. Up next, it looks like we have Best Jason.
Yes.
Which will be Best Chucky this time around.
Okay, I can deal with that.
You have a Chucky preference.
I do.
I think I do too.
I think they're the same.
I think it's Child's Play 2.
Oh. I was going to say Bride.
Really?
Remember he flips that guy off while he's crawling away?
Yeah,
like
rude fucking doll.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking was in Child's Play 2 is when we were talking about how he's just like from the rip, like, you know what it is, bitch. You want to hear Brad Dourif, like, he's the one that's like, don't fuck with the Chuck, you know,
that's
stuff like
3.
that.
That's 3.
Okay, well, 2 still has a bit of him being a little devil.
Let me go into my notes.
Yeah. Because you think you have best lines written down?
I have to.
Yeah, we definitely did best lines. I feel like he's got a great line in 2. But of course, for some reason, I'm in a weird section of my notes app that I've never seen where I have to pick a folder. What are you talking about?
He's got okay. It might be 3. Because he shoots a gun. And he says, don't fuck with the Chuck.
Ah, yeah. And anytime he holds a gun, super cool. And I also love, the second one's the one where he realizes, oh yeah, at the end it has that great ending when they're in the toy factory and he realizes it's too late, he can't transfer his soul anymore. So he's just pissed and he just wants to kill Andy.
Yeah. So 3?
Wait, 3?
Is that how? I'm sorry.
That's 2.
Where he...
With the toy factory and the 3 is the one where he's at the military academy and he puts live rounds and like their fake guns and stuff.
Yeah, he shoots a gun and then he says, "Don't fuck with the Chuck."
Right. I would go 2 though, because remember he rips his hand off, he puts a knife in there.
Yeah.
I could go with Bride though. I'm fine with Bride being best Chuck, but I think for my money, I like 2 the most.
But remember in Bride where he's sitting in a car and he's turning the radio on and Dragula comes on and he goes, "This is what I'm talking about."
Yeah. So we're gonna say Bride.
I can go with 2 if you want to go 2.
No love for Seed.
No, he's mean.
But he's so supportive of his whatever his child would like to be.
Oh, he's got that really good line. When their child is like, doesn't anyone care what I think? And Chucky goes, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. What an understanding man. So flowers.
So flowers to Seed.
But also we're going to give it to...
Bride.
All right,
Give it
Bride.
to Bride.
Bride, yeah. Bride and Chucky, congratulations. You are the best Jason. I figured it's a nice category because every year we'll probably end up watching a slasher film, something.
Absolutely. Next.
Yes.
Best.
White guy with glasses loved this movie.
The Matrix.
We did. Did we watch anything else that qualifies?
I would say Tron. Probably Blade.
Yeah. I can give it to Matrix. Matrix is that's the drive of what we got for this year.
It is this year's drive. So yeah, we'll go with The Matrix.
Up next, I have best movie that actually came out in whatever the year that qualifies. Is it 2024?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the movie that actually... And this is what I was thinking for Long Legs, right? Because that came out in 2024?
Yes.
But also Substance is probably a much better film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say absolutely.
Yeah, so Substance... Is there a better movie than Substance that we watched that actually came out last year?
We watched Maxine. Is there another movie we watched that came out last year?
No, and I don't like Maxine personally.
Yeah.
But I fucking love Substance. I think, I think great sci-fi. I think it checks all the boxes for me. It's like we talked about it. It's a monkey's paw story, right? You know that thing of like, oh yeah, here you go, you can have the thing you actually want, but it's not gonna go the way you think. And I think that's the best way to do a sci-fi. I'm not saying anything anyone else has not said, but if you can find a clever little way to update an old classic, there you go.
I like it because it's the monkey's paw, but also it's a self-inflicted monkey's paw because it doesn't go, you get this, but something bad happens. It goes, you get this, and you have to follow these very simple rules.
Yeah.
Or else something bad happens. And
it's kind of like Army of Darkness. I don't know when the last time you saw Army of Darkness. Have you ever seen Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
When he's supposed to go to the three books, and say like Clactu, Verata, Nictu, but he forgets. He's like Clactu, Verata, whatever. Yeah. And when he gets back there, like, what the fuck? And he's like, they're like, did you say every word? And he's like, I didn't say every little syllable. Yeah, but basically I said them. Yeah.
My dad was working at a convention one year for the company he works at.
Yeah.
And at the convention, Bruce Campbell was there. So my dad asked somebody to go get an autograph from him.
Yeah.
For him. And so at our house we have a autographed copy of Army of Darkness that says, Raleigh, get back to work. Love, Bruce Campbell.
Nice. Now, see, the fact that we've given Substance this award makes me wish we would have given Exorcist III the best looking movie. But we gave it its flowers. I love that hallway shot as well as some other stuff.
Well, we gave best looking movie to All of Us Strangers.
You're right.
And not Long Legs.
You're right. Never mind.
We gave Substance the horny one.
What is wrong with me? All right.
Yeah, you got doo-doo brain today.
I do have doo-doo brain today, but I think I'm still being fun.
I'm loving bad brain energy.
Okay, best movie named T2. So I feel like the thing that works about this, though, is that we watched 3 different film series, which I feel like should qualify.
Yeah, you're right.
So which of these movies did we watch? And I think we can say it at the same time. Of all these series, which movie was the best one out of all of this? And I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, say it. So like 3, 2, 1, and then bam, right?
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1. On Her
Majesty's Secret Service. Oh my God, Chris.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Beautiful film. It's the only truly engaging James Bond film that I've sat through. I think it's absolutely, honestly, I'm upset that we didn't consider that for best looking movie. There's some stunning, beautiful, colorful shots in that thing.
I feel that way about all the James Bond movies. Every James Bond movie has at least 1 or 2 parts that I'm like, ooh, what a good looking movie.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I would say that this is a cut above the rest, but I hear you.
So far, yes.
In terms of even how it looks.
Also, such a brave move. I've never seen a movie ADR their main actor for half of it, just because.
You want to call out the next one?
Sloppiest Movie.
This is Substance again. Come on.
Probably the Substance. Maxine was a little sloppy.
Not that sloppy. Remember how sloppy this got?
Substance. Remember 4 Brothers where they pour gasoline on people? That's sloppy.
It's not. Substance is really taking this one by storm, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would like to have I just want to have...
Conversations about other slops.
But okay, yeah, the
no, I hear you. I mean,
sloppy.
we could talk about Blade being in that pool of blood in Blade 2. That's pretty sloppy.
Yeah, but Blade doesn't have
A giant
Quaid
monster. Oh, that was
shrimp.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Forget the monster. I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's substance all day just for that one scene. But then we also have Driest Movie.
I don't even remember what that's supposed to mean.
It's the opposite.
Last Night with the Devil or Late Night with the Devil felt pretty dry.
That's pretty dry. I feel like American Movie's pretty dry.
It is.
Saltburn is pretty gross. And maybe even a qualifier for This Is Horny and I Hate It?
Ooh, yeah. That might be it. Sorry, it's the substance, but that might be it. Yeah, no, it's Saltburn. I'm sorry, I'm retroactively going back, and I'm saying Saltburn.
I didn't know that was we could do that, but okay.
Do you want to? Would you be fine with that decision, or would you like to? Keep
I feel like
substance?
once we've said it. So I'm gonna keep substance because we decided that.
Okay.
But I hear you. Maybe we made a mistake. Is all we're saying. Dry. Ghost Rider is dry. I mean,
he's a skeleton.
Being
man.
on fire is pretty dry.
Yeah, he's a skeleton on fire. That's pretty dry. He shoots those guys; they turn into dust.
Yeah, I'm gonna say either Ghost Rider or I'm gonna probably say Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
That's pretty dry.
Ghost Rider's pretty dry.
I think fire's dry. I don't know.
It ends in a desert.
That's right. If we see desert, that's a dry movie.
It's got what's his name with the big mustache? Sam Elliott. He's a very dry looking man.
Yeah. You want to introduce the next one?
Best actor in worst movie?
I feel like that's easy. I think it's another Brad Dourif because he's in some fucking
Yeah,
Curse
you're right.
Cult and he's not in the remake, but Curse and Cult. Holy shit.
I was gonna say Jacob. Can't remember his last name. The hot guy in Saltburn. I liked him quite a bit.
But you think it's a bad movie?
I didn't like Saltburn. Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like Saltburn, but
By the time it
I
was
feel like I've
over, I
seen
didn't
worse.
like it. We gotta watch
Best actor in worst movie.
The Talented Mr. Ripley
Okay.
at some point. Best actor worst movie.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Again, I enjoy things about this film, but it is objectively not a good movie. Christian Bale in Equilibrium.
Yeah. Ooh, that's front runner for me right now.
Yeah, that's front runner for me too.
I would like to honorable mention to Tobin Bell in Jigsaw.
Okay.
Remember he's in that little room with you and he's got a shaved head?
No, I don't.
There's like a simple little trap and they make you think he's back, but it's just like a flashback.
And he has like
His like voice is all raspy. He's like, I'm gonna give you the chance
yeah.
to turn it around. I just love him. But
I'm
I
gonna
would
go
say
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale in Equilibrium.
Christian Bale in Equilibrium. How about here? So I don't like the Oscars personally. I don't care.
I'm excited for Conan.
Enjoy. But
Oh, hey, I'm not gonna watch him, but I'm excited for Conan.
But what I will say is that this is just I'm spitballing here. What if this was what the Oscars was? It was just the entire Academy sitting at a table and like we could actually see their nomination process.
Yeah, it'd be like 100 people you don't know and Kevin Smith just being like, "Hey man, listen."
Isn't it also just that like it's like pretty much like I could be wrong, but isn't it like pay to win? Or am I wrong?
I mean, it probably is in some way, shape, or form.
I think it's pay to win.
Kind of, yeah.
Anyways, worst movie. Now, me personally, I'm gonna have to say it's probably like in the Curse or Cult area, but
We did watch a lot of Saws.
oh fuck, those are also horrible. I'm
gonna say Saw 6. Don't remember what happens in it, but I feel it in my heart that it's Saw 6.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I feel like I'm not trying to be a dick, genuinely not trying to be a dick, but I feel like I could just write down any Saw.
Here, let me look up the plot to Saw 6.
Like any Saw could just
yeah.
fill
Oh,
the.
absolutely.
I liked the Spiral one. I thought, which was the one with Chris Rock. A little bit, not like again. The like is relative. It's relative to.
Hey, tell me if this sounds familiar to you at all.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I'm locking into my memory bank.
Predatory letters, Eddie and
Yep.
Simone are locked in head harnesses with screws aimed at their temples. And have 1 minute to cut flesh off their bodies and weigh the scales.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is all new to me.
Keep going.
Simone chops off her arm and tips the scale before the timer expires. The game is observed by Mark Hoffman.
Can I say?
Yeah?
Hate. I hate the Saw films.
We just escaped the trap that killed FBI agent Peter Strahm.
But here's what I'm going to say to you.
Nonsense.
This is the one right before there was like a big gap, wasn't there? And then it came back with Saw 3D.
No, then 3D, and then there was a gap.
3D's the one that starts with that weird thing where like it's a trap on display in front of everybody, and it's like two boys, and there's a girl, and there's the love triangle. Mm-hmm. I'm saying Saw 3D. Personally.
But that one's got... Cary Elwes comes back.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
The guy from the first one comes back.
I'm saying Saw 3D. And you can agree with me or you can disagree with me, but I think we can all agree that it's every Saw movie ever made.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Saw 3. D.
Because it's not 3. That's when you do the 3D. Yeah. You do it with the third one. Dummy. Biggest surprise. Now, this is one I'm very interested in what your opinion is before I say anything. What was your biggest surprise this year? Something that you were going into it and you were thinking, this is going to be a fucking... Ugh. And then you were like, what? Whoa. Okay.
I know I'm the odd man out, maybe in the world, but I liked Jigsaw. I was surprised by that.
Don't even remember it, but continue. But anything else? Anything else come to mind?
I had been beaten down by 7 Saw movies at that point, so it might not be fair.
Sure. I feel like Blade surprised you a bit.
It really did. That's my answer. It's Blade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
See, this one I feel like has got to be one that is...
But yeah, Blade wouldn't be a surprise for you. So.
Exactly. This has to be a bit individualized, or are we going to go full consensus mode?
We'll go full consensus mode.
Okay.
How about Tron?
I think Tron was exactly what I
Okay.
You know
I buy it. And biggest surprise doesn't necessarily mean good.
No.
We can be surprised at how bad something was.
Oh, that's fair. That's actually fair. That is actually fair.
I was surprised at how quickly Equilibrium fell off for me.
I was surprised, honestly, at... I think Exorcist III might contend here.
Yeah, it might be, because that was a movie that everybody says is good, and I knew it was going to be going into it, but it was good in a different way.
Yeah, and I will also say American Movie for me personally, because I thought it was a straight-up like mockumentary, like in-joke thing, where like I thought it was like Spinal Tap. So for me to find out that it was like an actual thing, like actual people, I was like, holy shit. But I would say, what did we just agree on a bit? We agreed on Exorcist 3 a bit, so that's the first one that's been consensus-ish.
I was surprised at how bad Late Night with the Devil was.
Yeah, I wanted that to be better, and I felt okay about it, but that was definitely a let down compared to like how much people have been hyping it up, and like David Desmelkian or whatever. Is that his first name, David?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
People are like, oh my god, this is like the role of a century and stuff. And I was like, well, I mean...
Yeah, he seems wrong for it, yeah.
Yeah. Not that he's a bad actor. I think he's a great actor. It's just like, I don't know if that's his role, you know.
We really liked On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
That's true. That was a bit of a surprise for sure, contextually speaking. That is definitely a surprise. I would agree to either On Her Majesty's Secret Service or The Exorcist 3.
I'm going to say The Exorcist 3. It should get something.
Okay. You're right. All right, you go ahead and introduce the next one.
Best Korean film by Park Chan-Wook.
How are we going to replace that this year? Because next year we need to do a better job. I don't think we watched a single like foreign film this year.
That's a great point, yeah.
Yeah, so we should definitely do a better job of that.
All the James Bonds come from England.
Yeah, it's not... I'm going to be brave enough to say that's not foreign enough.
Yeah, okay, fine. Well...
But, it's going to have to work, I guess. So this... So, again, much like the Best Chucky, which was just Best Jason, this will be Best Foreign Film, but we stylize it as Best Korean Film by Park Chan-Wook. Is that offensive? I don't know. I think it's an honorary thing.
I think it's
how good those films are. It goes to On Her Majesty's Secret Service, right?
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, yes, is our best Korean film by Park Chan-Wook. That's the best Korean film
by a country mile. This is the best Korean film I've seen all year. Best character.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Yes. Because how are you going to do it? Are you going to say, like, in terms of, like, character depth and, like, how much you were engrossed in, like, a character? Or is it just, like, Blade's freaking cool?
Yeah, I'm going to say every time they're on screen, I go, I like this person.
Okay, so I feel like Blade is going to be a wash here.
Blade's going to be a tough one to beat. Paul Giamatti and The Holdovers.
Blade kind of cuts him in half with a samurai sword.
He kind of cuts him in half with a samurai sword, yeah. Nick Cage and Moonstruck.
Nick Cage and Wild at Heart. I'm trying to look around. I really feel like Blade's the only thing standing out to me, but let me take another peek.
Mike from American Movie? Is his name Mike? The drug
Zero
one?
Moselle from Producers.
Oh, yeah.
Little old ladies. A lot of little old ladies. I do like Zero Moselle. Fat. That's
yeah. It's gotta be Blade.
It's gotta be Blade. Blade is the best character. Now, would you call Zero Moselle a supporting actor, perhaps?
I think it's a dual lead.
Dual lead?
Yeah.
So he's not support.
I would not say so.
Best supporting actor. Probably the main guy from Exorcist III. What would you say his name was?
George C. Scott?
Yeah.
He's the main character of that movie.
Then the preacher? The priest?
Yeah.
We give it to him? Or is there someone else you can see on this that you want to give best supporting actor to?
You don't want to give it to Whistler?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Chris Christopherson. I'm pissed Christopherson. Andre 3000 and Four Brothers, just because it's Andre 3000.
The grandpa with all the dogs in Moonstruck.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Werner Herzog and Donkey Boy.
That's really good. That's S tier.
It is.
What did I say initially? Oh, the preacher.
Yes.
I'm down with giving it to Werner Herzog. So far as I'm looking, Mike Shank, American Movie.
Chris.
Yeah.
If in 10 years I get to work, I still see you here, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Oh, no.
Every day I drive up to your house. No. What if it's Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting?
Yeah, I hear you.
But also, I'd like to give Werner something.
That's true. You don't want to give Mike Shank anything? He died for our sins.
I would like to. Chris, you think this is the only conversation Werner Herzog, Ben Affleck, and Mike Shank have been brought up? Oh.
Of those three, who has your heart?
Mike Shank's not an actor, though.
He's just a guy. You're right. That is just a man. So we're giving it to Werner Herzog?
Yeah. I like Ben so much, though.
He can win other things. He also got to be Batman. Werner Herzog never got to be Batman.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be. He could have done it if he wanted to.
All right, what's the next one?
Next one is Most Disappointment. Late Night with the Devil, probably.
Really?
Or Equilibrium, probably.
Really? It was that disappointing for you?
Yeah, because the beginning...
Explain both.
The Late Night with the Devil is just a boring movie with a lot of AI art in the background, and that shit sucks. Equilibrium kicks so much butt in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then really, really falls off.
Well, check this out.
Chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to say something, and I'm predicting that we're both going to be feeling this. I'm going to say, as far as disappointment goes, is 8 Mile a contender?
No, because I feel like I knew.
Plus, we also gave it a It's Not You, It's Me, so you're right. What did you say, Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say there was so much hubbub about Curse and Cult of Chucky being good that I was disappointed.
I was going to say Curse because those we watched all those other ones that were like, there's not a bad one in the bunch. And then Curse is such a drop-off.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Curse.
Yeah, Curse. Curse is the winner. And our next category is Best Vampire. Werner Herzog?
Blade.
God damn it, Blade.
I believe he's in human lore, like real life lore, he's a Dampier or whatever. Half vampire, half person.
Is there another vampire I like better in those movies that just like you see for a second and I go, I like that guy? No, I can't think of one.
I feel like this next one is a no-brainer. It's boring. I feel like it's a situation much like how you just picked Saw 6 out. It's like pick any one of these.
Pick a James Bond, yeah.
I do really, really, really wish that so here's another contender for maybe disappointing, but like Man with the Golden Gun. Anytime Christopher Lee's involved, I'm like, yes, I want more of this. But just the whole is so nothing that it's so disappointing.
Well,
but anyways,
here's my thinking.
Yeah.
Our Majesty Secret Service, we love that one.
I don't remember any of the other ones really. Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever is when Sean Connery comes back and Jimmy Dean is it, and he goes, Baja. Live and Let Die has the James Bond. They all have
Paul
the James
McCartney.
Bond song. It's got the Paul McCartney song, and it's in New Orleans. I remember that. Golden Gun, Christopher Lee's got the little gun that he drills together. Spy Who Loved Me. I got nothing for that.
You don't know what
happens in it.
I could happily give. I don't happen to Moonraker.
They go to the moon. There's all the laser guns.
It's like Jason Takes Manhattan though. It's like 45 seconds where that actually happens.
And the guy wants to make a master race, and Jaws is there, and yada yada.
Jaws
I remember
is always
all that.
fun though.
For Your Eyes Only. I remember nothing. So
Spy Who Loved Me. For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only, because Spy Who Loved Me is a more entertaining name.
Yeah.
I just thought of a new category.
What was your biggest regret?
Our biggest regret of this episode, since we're not allowed to go back and revote on something, because I just thought of another.
But at the end,
we'll do it at the end.
Save it at the end because you could have a bigger regret coming. I don't know how your sheet looks because I wrote these in a freaking mad dash, and I'm sure every time I touch this paper, it's loud as goddamn shit.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, this next one is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes, I think the best. Go
ahead.
I'd say this year the best Philip Seymour Hoffman is Nick Cage.
Great, you're right. But in what film?
Yeah, that's a great point. I was going to say the conversation we should have is it
Ghost Rider?
Who's the most
Moonstruck, Wild at Heart?
Ghost Rider, Long Legs as well.
Long Legs.
It's not going to be Long
Mommy,
Legs.
Daddy.
You know what I hate? You know what really sticks in my craw?
Huh.
Like in Long Legs or Colin Farrell in The Penguin.
Yeah.
People say this is a unrecognizable performance from this actor because they're just so good and they're so lost in it.
Yeah.
They're basically wearing a fucking rubber mask. Of course they're unrecognizable in this role. So yeah.
I'm saying Moonstruck. I lost my hand.
It's got to be Moonstruck. It's got to be Moonstruck.
Best Lynch. And we actually watched a Lynch, so it has to go to Wild at Heart.
It's got to be Wild at Heart.
Yeah. And I loved Wild at Heart.
It was great, yeah.
And this is an in memoriam section also. I cannot fucking believe it. I knew it was going to happen eventually. He's an older gentleman. He smokes a lot, but David Lynch frickin' passed this year.
Yeah.
So
I think the best David Lynch this year was David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. He'll continue to live on inside of us because for my money, pound for pound, David Lynch has got to be one of the brightest stars burning out there. Just a fountain of positivity. Wonderful man. I didn't know him personally, but obviously anything I've ever seen of him has just been either him frustrated at the sound of a buzzing fluorescent tube lighting or just saying the most beautiful and reassuring things I've ever heard in my life. So,
except that one time he put that woman's underwear in his mouth.
I did not like that.
Yeah, I didn't love it either.
But David Lynch, wherever you are, nothing but love. And I feel like my capacity for love has grown because of you, sir.
Love you, big dog. Rest easy.
Rest easy, big dog. In the biggest yard there is.
Next category.
Yeah, next category.
Best vibes.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I don't know. Blade himself has good vibes.
But does the Blade world and movie? Yeah, it's got great vibes. It's got great vibes.
Longlegs doesn't have good vibes, but it's got the most vibes.
What about Julian Donkey Boy?
Bad vibes.
What about Wild at Heart?
Also bad vibes.
Okay,
like
what about All of Us Strangers?
There are a lot of vibes, though. All of Us Strangers has decent vibes.
Does Four Brothers count? Holdovers has the best vibes. Summer, hanging out.
Yeah, exact opposite. Winter, hanging out.
I mean, yeah, Christmas, hanging out. You're going to tell me you don't want to hang out in an abandoned all-boys freaking boarding school on summer break while everyone's gone? I mean, it's just, it feels like bully to me, you know?
Yeah, but...
For my money, I'm saying holdovers, dude.
What's a bigger vibe than throwing a data disc at your homie on a Tron cycle? I'll say holdovers, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like holdovers got great vibes, dude.
Like, even when that one woman is crying about her dead son, you're like, God, this kitchen's immaculate.
Most tears.
Yeah, what made me cry the most?
It's either got to be that woman crying about her dead son or All of Us Strangers. But which one made me cry harder? Well, I watched All of Us Strangers on a plane.
Yeah, that'll do it. So that might be cheating a little bit.
So I'll let you decide. What is more sad, that woman giving the performance of a lifetime about her son dying, or the gay man going through the loss of a potential lover and also his parents and not feeling accepted? And
yeah, you're right. It's all of us strangers with him talking to his dead parents.
Yeah. When he's talking to his dad, brutal. Like when he's just like, "Why didn't you want to know me more?" Ugh.
And his dad's like, "Because I didn't want to be a bully to you, like kids were to me."
Ugh.
Or because like I was to other
Well,
kids.
we have 2 categories left to go in terms of our 3 favorites and our biggest regrets, which I feel like are wrap-up categories. So,
What about best action?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's hit best action there. And what are our contenders? I feel like any of the James Bonds. So
Ghost Rider.
mainly it's going to be On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
The Matrix.
Matrix and Blade, I feel like are the 3 for me. On Her Secret Service, Blade, Matrix. Those are the big 3. Oh, but what I wanted to give it to, I'm going to lay my cards on the table. I wanted to give it to Four Brothers.
That would be fun.
You probably disagree, I assume.
Nothing's beaten The Matrix to me.
Okay. That's fair. But I wanted to go on record that I would love to give Four Brothers
Something.
Best action, I suppose it's Matrix. Matrix is going home with, two awards this year. Anything you want to say about Matrix?
It's good.
Great. So now we come down to, and these will be individualized, I believe, our 3 favorites and our biggest regrets. So this will be a point in the podcast where we can put like 5 seconds of like, I don't know, fucking just cut out the silence where we actually write down our favorites and set some, thinking music down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Do like a do, but royalty free, obviously. And we will decide what our 3 favorites are and what our biggest regret is.
But before that,
yes, we had a bit of an epiphany. There are 2 other big genres that we probably have not given enough recognition to explicitly. Obviously, they've caught strays. But sort of we did best action, so why not best like comedy and horror? I feel like those are some.
Sure.
So what was the best comedy? I feel like you're going to say it, and I already agree.
Yeah, Four Brothers.
They're going to say producers. But...
It's the producers.
Okay,
for sure, it's the producers.
Yeah, but I will, you're right, the whole eat, dog, eat.
It's pretty good. Also,
but I know you're probably meaning it in another sense, but it's pretty funny.
What about Moonstruck, though? Moonstruck's pretty fucking funny.
But producers.
Yeah, we'll give it to the producers. We'll give it to the producers.
Didn't we do we forgot another category.
What's that?
We're really dropping the ball here.
You're the one who wrote the lists?
Yeah, well, okay. I also texted you we forgot I'm Horny for Love.
Oh,
so that's like best
love.
romance.
Yeah, Moonstruck.
Best romance. So that's Moonstruck. So best, AKA I'm Horny for Love, is Moonstruck.
Okay.
Best comedy is Producers. I feel like we both busted a gut watching that thing. We watched it together or separate? Separate. And then best horror.
Best horror movie for me personally.
I feel like we didn't truly watch any
like horrific horror movies.
I mean, yeah.
For me, it's The Exorcist III would be my vote.
I feel like that one again, and this goes against everything I believe in, but it ends up falling a little more into like the sort of like thriller. It's got that 90s thrillery type thing, but I would concede The Exorcist III. I was gonna say Child's Play because to me that's the most like straight up like horror.
Yeah, okay.
But I could get down with Exorcist III personally. Flowers to Substance, but I think of that one as being a little bit more sci-fi-ish.
Yes.
Late Night with the Devil was just not that great. 1 Hour Photo was just not that great. Maxine was just not that great. Long Legs was pretty good, but it's definitely not the best of anything. Obviously, all the saws are really dada voodoo, baba, just freaking.
So bad it turns you into a baby.
Exactly, yeah. Poo poo baby, gaga boo boo. So, Exorcist 3.
Exorcist 3, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, honorable mention is Child's Play. For me, I know it's a little silly, but I love that moment where she picks up the box and the batteries fall out.
Yeah.
Just like an hour and fucking 20 minutes in. Best horror is Exorcist 3. All right, and then now we're coming to our wrap-up section. We have our 3 favorites and our biggest regrets. Which would you like to do first?
3 favorites.
But I want you to, as you say them, say why.
Okay.
Or at least after explain. You can say your 3 and then explain, but I want to explain it.
Can we do a little fun game first?
Sure.
Want to guess each other's?
Oh, fuck. Sure.
Okay.
Kind of like a battleship type deal.
Yeah.
What I'm imagining is like I say a thing, and then I get like a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Or I get a hit. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna go Matrix.
That's a hit.
Okay. And I'm gonna go Moonstruck.
Ooh, miss.
Okay. Ooh.
You get 5.
5. That's fine. So Matrix was a hit, and then up next I'm gonna go Substance.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay, I need one more. What is my last one? Fuck. Ooh. Okay, so I have a couple of. Is it On Her Majesty's?
That's a miss.
Blade.
Oh, you suck my battleship.
All right, give your explanations.
The Substance. My number 3 is The Substance.
Right.
Just blew me away when I watched it. It was the most.
That was the best like in theater experience I've had in a while in terms of like a new movie.
Absolutely.
Because I go see old films often. I went and saw Eraserhead not too long ago. I went and saw Blue Velvet, and it is very nice to watch, a beloved movie with an audience full of people who know what they're getting into and like hear them laugh along as it happens and stuff and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Continue.
Just jaw on the floor at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
It's tense, it's gross, it's sexy, it's fun, it's
not sexy.
A bummer, it's so sexy, and it's so gross. It's so good. It's just such a good movie. Number 2, The Matrix. I have seen The Matrix before, but for some reason this time I was just so
like
blown
Elon
away
Musk
by The
once
Matrix.
famously tweeted out. He said something to the effect of, "I've seen The Matrix about 500 times."
Yeah, literally no, I'm thinking of something else.
Okay.
He said, take the red pill or blue pill, blah, 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 blah. Gotta take the red one. And then, like, Ivanka Trump replied to him. She's like, red pill taken. And then Lily Wachowski tweeted at both of them and said, fuck you both. It's just cool. And then number 1 with a bullet is Blade. Because... Have you seen Blade? There's a vampire rave at the beginning. He's got a cool jacket.
Because the big fat vampire.
There's a big fat vampire.
His car's cool.
God, I love Blade. Blade.
Yeah. All right.
Now, you... Or top 3... Child's Play.
That's a miss.
Wild at Heart.
That's a miss.
Ooh. I'm struggling.
That is a blow to the confidence to start out with 2 misses. I will concede that. Yes. You thought you had me pegged, Johnson.
The Producers?
You're right. There you go. The Producers. That's a hit.
Fucking...
Come on, you know what I've been singing the praises of.
Is it Blade?
No.
No.
You got these 2. Come on.
I really don't.
You do. You have 2 more misses before you're done. Think, damn it. Think. You know.
Is one of them... I'd like to use one of my lifelines.
Sure.
Is one of them in the big 3 franchises?
No.
Okay, cool.
No. I'm out of that. Another lifeline I can narrow you down to being like 90s/turn of the century.
Exorcist 3.
No. Yeah, 1 left.
Moonstruck?
No.
No.
It was American Movie and Julian Donkey Boy.
Why wouldn't I say American
I
Movie?
know. That's
why wouldn't I say American Movie?
That's why I kept saying you know.
It's because it's at the bottom of the list and I wasn't looking at it. I was just scrolling everything else.
But yeah, Producers, American Movie, and Julian Donkey Boy. Producers is a huge comfort film. There's just something so freaking comforting about that movie. You know, there's the whole time I'm watching it.
Cozy for some reason.
You know, I can't even believe I didn't mention it as like vibes are mainly probably because of his hair and everybody looks sweaty the whole time.
Yes. They're
But
vibes,
anyway,
though. Not good vibes, but they're vibes.
They're vibes. American Movie. I mean, we just did that episode, but yeah, I was very much so. Again, I think that's also a certain kind of comfort watch because I think I mentioned it in the episode and you agreed where it kind of has almost like if Gummo was turned down to reality instead of being heightened to reality. Yeah, it just has like, you know, I don't know. I grew up in the Midwest. I know folks not only like him, but like his brother and like his parents and like his friends and stuff. And it just, you know, I think calling it American Movie is obviously a reference to the fact that he says like many times I think he wants to make a great American movie, he wants to make the great American movie. And then the movie ended up being a great American movie. I think that's a great capture, you know, point of a time, a place, a person, a thing that happened. It reminds me of like you know, something like Clerks, whatever. I just feel like it's such a crystallized, frozen moment in American culture.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. So I was really surprised by that thing, and then also for it to have, you know, get me in the feels sometimes, you know, to watch a guy kind of struggling with like, you know, alcoholism and like breaking up and like having kids in the middle of it, you know, reminded me a lot of my childhood of just like, you know, my mom's been divorced a couple times, you know,
You are a child alcoholic.
And that, well, I was gonna say a lot of my family members are, you know, alcoholics, so very relatable in that regard. And then Julian Donkey Boy, I love my boy.
You sure do.
I sure love. For better or worse, Mr. Can't even think of his fucking name.
I want to say Julian Casablancas.
No, what's his fucking name? It's goddamn
Roy Orbison.
Kids. Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine. I love what he does. I love the whole Dog Me 95 thing or whatever the fuck.
Dog
I love that Werner Herzog was in freaking.
Yeah, I love that Werner Herzog loves it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I just feel like, again, I've not seen everything he's done, but to this point, every time that I see a Harmony Korine movie, as far as like Kids, Gummo, Julian Donkey Boy, it is unique. It feels a little dangerous. It's interesting. Yeah. It's just, it's not like anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
It stands on its own.
It is maybe the most dangerous feeling movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it just, the whole movie felt bad.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing with like a Gummo. So yeah, those are my top three.
They're respectable.
And I feel like you nailed on some definite honorables, but let's wrap up with a regret. What's your biggest regret?
Yeah, our biggest regret, since we're not allowed to go back and change one. Which one would you like to change the most? I.e., honorable mention. This is Horny and I Hate It should have been Saltburn, but instead I got The Substance.
Is that yours?
No, mine is Best Supporting Actor.
What would you like?
Should have been Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What about yourself,
But we give it to Werner Herzog. You're right. The only thing that kind of came to mind for me, I don't have many regrets. I feel pretty good about our list, but was Best Looking. We gave it to All of Us Strangers, and I'd still stand by that. But, I mean, if there were anything that I was maybe slightly contentious about, I guess it would be like Exorcist III. Again, I'm just thinking of that hallway scene. All of Us Strangers is objectively a beautiful-looking film.
The old lady skittering across the ceiling.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So that wraps up the Lillards for 2025, I feel like.
Not a bad one.
Do we usually do like a recap, or we just list them off at the end or anything like that? Or
we can?
Yeah, best host/guest, Donald. It's Not You, It's Me, 8 Mile. Best actor, Brad Dourif. This Is So Horny, I Hate It, Substance. Best looking movie, All of Us Strangers. Best Jason, Bride of Chucky. Best white guys with glasses love this movie, Matrix. Best movie that actually came out in 2024, Substance. Best movie named T2, given to any franchise, on her Majesty's Secret Service. Sloppiest Movie, Substance. Driest Movie, Ghost Rider. Best Actor in Worst Movie, Christian Bale in Equilibrium. Worst Movie, Saw 3D. Biggest Surprise, Exorcist III. Best Character, Blade. Best Korean Film by Park Chan-Wook on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Best Supporting Actor, Werner Herzog. Honorable mention, Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. Most Disappointing, Curse of Chucky. Best Vampire, Blade. Boring, For Your Eyes Only, or any James Bond film. Best Philip Seymour Hoffman, Moonstruck, for Nick Cage. Best David Lynch, Wild at Heart. Best Vibes, The Holdovers. Most Tears, All of Us Strangers. Best Action, Matrix. I'm Horny for Love, Moonstruck. Best Comedy, Producers. Regrets, we already went over just a second ago, and the
Best Horror?
Best Horror was Exorcist III. So how do you feel about our decisions here?
I think it's a respectable list this year.
Good, great, grand, and
You know
here's...
what really helps?
What's that?
Having half of the list not really be in contention for anything.
So I have sort of some wrap-up questions for you, okay?
Oh, I'd love that.
What do you think of in terms of what we covered, looking back? Are there any thoughts you have on our like what we chose to watch last year, and anything you want to change going into the future, or be more aware of? I guess, like looking back, just recap in a sense.
Yeah, we shouldn't do a franchise that's 100 movies long.
Yeah.
Like a James Bond or a Saw.
Right.
If we do decide to do something, like let's say we do Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And we hate Hellraiser 2, and we hate Hellraiser 3, and we hate Hellraiser 4, let's drop Hellraiser.
Except during Halloween.
We
got to lock in. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. We really committed to that bit for a while. Because I thought for a while that committing to the bit was a good bit. I can't anymore.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure if we kept going, it might have come back around, but it would take 100 years for it to come back around. So.
And then kind of a recap of 2024 in film. I want to say we did not cover that many contemporary films, which is fine. I'm not obsessed with keeping up with current trends. I mean, there's plenty of films, and I like that the podcast sings the praises of things of yore, because I feel like our capitalist society has too much of a focus on the newest, the best, what's coming, right? And I know some folks see it as like pretentious to perhaps unplug from whatever's happening now and focus more on what happened yesterday, but to me that's synonymous with the idea of sustainability or reusing and stuff. I value for what has been done, and I'm not necessarily obsessed with what's coming next. Not to say it doesn't have a place. It is always exciting to see stuff happening, but I also think that there's a place for giving flowers to what came before.
Absolutely.
So. Is that a good manifesto for the podcast?
Yes. But that being said, what do you think of movies in 2024?
I feel like generally from what I've seen, we're getting lots of horror.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? The Heretic just came out. We got Longlegs. We got Substance. Right? Got some other stuff. But yeah, it's just, I feel like movies in 2024, I feel like we are in a weird, it seems like a weird lull where we're kind of like in like a hangover stage with like the Marvel thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know that movies know what the next big thing is right now. And kind of also I hope there isn't a next big thing. And movies kind of go back to just being, a movie and not a part of anything larger. Here's my hope. I'm going to say hope for moving forward. I hope we go back to more of a standalone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see more standalone films.
I would say
Go ahead.
2024 was a great year for standalone films.
Great.
Here's what I saw in 2024 that I thought was really good. Not a standalone film. Furiosa was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just running through my Letterboxd. Longlegs. Cuckoo was good, I thought. Love Lies Bleeding. M. Night Shyamalan's Trap was fine.
3 of those are horror already.
The Substance.
Kind of horror.
Whiplash. Well, yeah, the rest of these are horror movies. Anyway, but I still thought it was good.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, I feel like we pretty much got freaking horror movies, though, which is not bad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, we got The Brutalist, which, we got Nosferatu.
We got Challengers.
Got a movie called Night Bitch.
We got Dune 2.
In a Violent Nature, Terrifier 3, The Substance. Stream looks like a horror as well. Trap, Heretic. Got a movie called My Old Ass, A Real Pain. Baby Girl, Longlegs, The Crow. We Live in Time. Strangers Chapter 1. I Saw the TV Glow. The First Omen. A lot of freaking horror. Cuckoo. Yeah. I kind of got to take it back. I'm not really seeing this as a strong year for movies too much.
Okay.
There were some highlights, but this seems like a... You know what? You've seen Walk Hard, right?
Yeah.
We have not watched that for the podcast.
I don't believe so.
Dude, I was just rewatching it maybe like 6-ish months ago. And I watched it with, I believe, Will Lorenz, because he had never seen it.
Oh.
And there's a scene where he, as in John C. Reilly, as in Dewey Cox, is hosting his show, the Dewey Cox Show. And he's in the midst of rehearsal.
Yeah.
And he's dressed as a caveman, and he's like, oh, whatever, making a caveman joke, whatever. And then his manager talks to him between, rehearsal takes, whatever. And he's talking to Dewey Cox about how he's getting, like, slaughtered in the ratings by the Incredible Hulk with, like, Lou Ferrigno or whatever. And they have this, like, moment where the manager's like, yeah, I mean, last Sunday they revealed that the Hulk has, like, a long-lost, whatever, cousin or whatever, and this one is red. That was so funny because, like, I busted a gut. I think Dewey Cox says something like back where he's like, yeah, I know, who can compete with that?
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I was like, they're about to do that movie. They're about to do the
and
one
everybody's competing with it.
Exactly. And it's just like, it's so funny. Like, just the small thing of the manager being like, and this one's red. It's like, because I feel like that's what Marvel was like. It was like, hey, this one's red.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a shit. What do you mean when he's not Hulk, he's Harrison Ford?
Chris...
If Harrison Ford was 30, that's awesome. But he's almost dead. I'm not trying to be a dick. He's almost dead.
Chris, if I'm sitting down
Yeah.
and I'm holding an Incredible Hulk comic book,
Yeah.
and I flip that page and what? There's a red Hulk too?
It's awesome. No,
Fuck
it's awesome.
yeah, dude. But if you're going, hey, pay us $18 to see Harrison Ford turn into a red Hulk,
Not happening.
come on, guys.
Unless that Hulk turns into a fucking 70-year-old looking Hulk. He can still be strong.
Yeah.
But make him look old.
Or put the fucking Green Hulk in the movie too and let me see him fight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, have the red and green fight for sure. They didn't do that?
No.
Then what was the point?
Why wouldn't you call the Hulk to fight the other Hulk? Oh, dumb. Bad movie. Bad movie.
That is upsetting. Because I would watch the Hulks fight.
Yeah, give me Hulks.
You know? Where's the movie where the Thing fights the Hulk?
Yeah, give it to me.
When are they going to start doing verses? Or
Yeah.
what ifs, dude? I want to see that freaking Dark Claw, the one where Batman is Wolverine and Wolverine is Batman.
There is a what if show, but it sucks ass.
Because they didn't do that.
Because it's always just like, what if Black Panther was in the Guardians of the Galaxy? And then it's just like, they're just like redoing scenes from movies, but this person's here instead of that person. And they go, And like the other thing? That's the whole fucking show, and I hate it.
Well, that's the Lillards. I'm sorry it ended up being like a weird like Marvel thing. Because again, I think it's starting to be a dated rant at this point. Because you're right,
Yeah.
it is dead, and it's like closing chapters. But, sorry to be another white guy with glasses saying, can Marvel stop, please?
But we're just so mad about this Red Hulk.
Yeah.
We're turning into Hulks ourselves.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, it is just, to quote, I think you should leave. Can you leave it the fuck alone? I just, same thing with like, I don't know. There will be a point where I'm sure it becomes an interesting artifact the same way that like, I definitely agree with like something like, looking back at like the Halloween franchise, that like, yeah, John Carpenter, you're right. These producers should have not fucked with it. Mm-hmm. But now it's funny to look back and be like, hey, can you remember the fifth one where he gets caught with a giant net like Elmer Fudd?
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait until I'm 55 years old going, oh, can you believe they did a red one?
Can you believe that they made him a Harrison Ford?
Oh, God. Rest in peace, Harrison Ford. That's what we'll be saying at 55.
Yeah. And this is just straight up hater territory. This is just generally not nice, but again, more power to you if that's your thing.
Don't worry, I'll slice that fucker down so this rant will be like 2 minutes long.
Great, perfect. All right, that is that. Mattress Man. Wait, actually, tune in next time for the Fog and Constitution. But that's that. Mattress Man. Yeah. If you need more soup, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or go to our website, eatingsoupalone.com. And until next time,